Thank you, David. Our eighth story of the evening is Journeys by Philip Douch. Philip Douch is from Stroud. This is his third outing at Stroud Short Stories. He would like you to know that I advised all tonight's writers when writing their little biography that audiences aren't generally interested in whether they are married, have children, or where they went to school. Philip says he is, he does, in Southampton. And now he hopes he can claim that his story was more engaging than his introduction. I think it's a close run thing. Please welcome to the stage to read Journeys, Philip Douch.
Journeys. Martin sat in the waiting room. He picked up a dishevelled copy of the Metro. Various points scattered across the National Rail network were the only places that he'd ever read it, or more accurately, looked at it. He soon came across those little snippets of frustrated pseudo-romance that were the Metro's stock in trade. Girl with the turquoise earrings at Temple Meads last Tuesday morning. I was the man in the blue suit who caught your eye. Coffee? Guy with the Doctor Who scarf on the stopping train to Salisbury. I was the bubbly blonde beside you. Could I be your attractive female assistant? Martin sighed. Why not just head that section looking for a shag and be done with it? And then there was the entertainment news. The conjoining of those two words seemed somehow inherently inappropriate to Martin. As if to prove his point, a largely unknown and largely undressed woman was describing a largely unspectacular rise up the popular music charts as a marvellous journey. He sighed again, more heavily. Thank you for the opportunity, Lord Sugar. It's been an amazing journey. Strictly has been the best experience of my life. It's been a fantastic journey. Thank you, Mary. Bake Off has been the most incredible journey. How about Goodbye, Lord Sugar? I've been on a television programme with you for quite a little while, but I guess I won't be on it any longer now. Or, well, that was a shitload of dancing for not much benefit. Or, there goes another Victoria sponge in the sodding bin. It's just, thought Martin, they aren't actually journeys, are they? They are mildly interesting things that have happened to people, taking place sequentially over a short period of time. And that's how everything happens, isn't it? One thing, then another, then another. For a journey, thought Martin, there really needed to be some sort of vehicle involved. Like a roller coaster, for instance. Ideally, an emotional one, of course. Martin wondered just what an emotional roller coaster would be like. He imagined stepping into the little metal carriage, clicking himself into his safety belt and giving the weather-beaten youth his £2 coin, only to hear the machinery whispering, "Bloody hell, Martin, I'm scared. I've done this hundreds of times. Honestly, it doesn't get any better. Those tight corners, I hate it, Martin, I hate it!" Martin could see in his mind's eye the panicky little train shuddering, with tears leaking from its sprockets. Anyway, whilst he was thinking about all these things that weren't really journeys, Martin was sitting at Cheltenham Spa railway station, awaiting the delayed 1834 to Swindon, which, ironically enough, was starting to look like it wouldn't be providing much in the way of a journey either. The first clicking of the tannoy had come at 1831. We regret to announce that the tiny pause whilst a button is pressed in a little office somewhere, 1834 to Swindon, is delayed by 16:16 minutes. Great Western Railway apologises for the late running of this service. Martin stood. Relinquishing his slightly sticky seat, he meandered across to what passed as refreshments in a railway station. He pondered the array of items laid out before him. It struck him that the UK's railway system held maybe 95% of the nation's supply of giant muffins. There was a similarly high percentage of plastic-wrapped slabs of solidified slurry going under the generic name of flapjack, improbably differentiated by the prefixes fruit, cherry, chocolate, and presumably misguidedly courting the health food market, yoghurt. Then Martin noticed a concession to the 5-a-day brigade. A chipped plate on the counter featured one overripe banana. Small, 50p. He was almost tempted. But good sense mercifully got the better of him, however sparked into a virtuous reflex by the sight of something that had clearly once resembled fruit. Before he could stop himself, he went for a blueberry muffin. Martin sat back down again. The room was slowly getting fuller, not just with people, but with food detritus. The table surfaces offered up a mixture of ingrained tea stain rings and stagnant pools of spilt Coca-Cola. The occasional ripped plastic sweet wrapper going for a desultory little sail at the edge of the dark brown ponds. Martin recalled reading that if you leave a tooth in a glass of Coca-Cola, it will gradually disappear. He wondered if Coca-Cola could also eat away a whole table if allowed simply to lie there overnight. Then he wondered why anyone would leave their tooth in a glass of the stuff. The disembodied pre-programmed station announcer made another appearance. We regret to announce that the 1834 to Swindon has been cancelled. Great Western Railway apologises for any inconvenience caused. Passengers for Swindon will now be served by a replacement bus service. We have no idea at all where it might choose to go on its way to Swindon, though probably not by a route any of you are likely to recognise. But while you wait, why not try one of our delicious muffins? Martin wasn't sure if he had started to hallucinate. He absent-mindedly picked up the copy of the Metro again. He returned to the pseudo-romance section. Arthritic old blind man with the salivating guide dog on the 806 from Stroud. I was the voluptuous nun with the nipple tassels. Fancy getting into the habit? Woman with the luscious lips I lunge at lasciviously each morning on the 7:44 from Castle Carey. How about it? Sorry not to have asked before, but better for late than never. Martin knew he was tired, knew he was hungry, but was becoming increasingly uncertain about the blurring of what might or might not be real. Even more so when only minutes after the announcement about the replacement bus service, a bus actually turned up. The driver was Lord Sugar. Counting the passengers and laughing uncontrollably as they did so were Prince Philip and the Chelsea centre-back David Luiz. Martin was again unsure about his grip on reality, principally because Prince Philip appeared to be both jovial and polite. All aboard, what's going aboard? Shouted Lord Sugar genially, and he rang a little bell before ramming the gear stick into reverse and backing violently into a straggling line of pensioners transferring from platform 1 to a second bus. "25 points, Alan," shouted Prince Philip gleefully, "and a bonus point for the one in a wheelchair." Lord Sugar whooped with laughter as Prince Philip clapped his hands and asked to see everyone's ticket. There was a brief judder as Lord Sugar hammered into first and sped forward, evidently driving back over a prostrate body before squealing out onto the open road. Martin reached inside his jacket for his mobile phone, thinking he'd give his wife a call to tell her he was at least now on his way. Interestingly, however, his fingers alighted not on his phone, but on an effigy of a human figure, skillfully moulded from marzipan. It bore an uncanny likeness to Jose Mourinho. He beckoned David Luiz over. "What do you reckon, David?" said Martin, for he knew that the classy Brazilian defender had been signed by Mr. Mourinho in his triumphant first spell at Stamford Bridge. "Absolutely," said David Luiz. "Spit an image of him." Martin felt unreasonably proud of his powers of recognition, before biting off Mourinho's left leg and offering the remaining limbs to Prince Philip, who, as it happened, wasn't really into marzipan. The rest of Martin's ride was relatively quiet. Unusually, though, the bus did stop once to pick up a hitchhiker. It was a hugely pregnant Bruce Forsyth. For some reason, nobody seemed to find this remotely strange. Martin was merely a little apprehensive that Mr. Forsyth might go into labour before they reached Swindon. He wasn't confident that the celebrity bus crew necessarily possessed the skills to facilitate childbirth. He shuddered to think what might happen if Bruce were to require a caesarean. However, in due course, and apparently undistracted by a choir of singing armadillos that had emerged out of thin air to populate the back seats somewhere between the turns for the B4696 and Cricklade, Lord Sugar pulled the bus safely into Swindon Station car park. Before Martin got off, David Luiz asked him for his autograph, and he duly obliged, personalising the signature with, "To David. Shame about the World Cup final, but thanks for the ride." Martin's wife was there waiting for him as he stepped off the bus. "Hi, love," she said, pecking him routinely on the cheek. "Sorry you were delayed." Martin looked at her. He shook his head vigorously, as if trying to clear it. "Hi," he said, before adding a phrase he'd never thought himself remotely likely to utter. "It's been an amazing journey."